Breaking into IT is one thing, but the next big challenge is how do you grow, switch fields, or move into cybersecurity? Today, I'm answering your real questions from the comments. Focus on career transitions, growth, and advanced certs. By the end of this video, you'll know how to pick the right certs, how to stand out with your experience, and how to move to cybersecurity even though if you have gaps or setbacks. Hey, I'm JR. If you're new here, welcome. I'm an IT professional with over 16 years in the government health industry, a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity, and 8 industry-recognized certifications. This is part 2 of my Q&A series. If you haven't seen part 1, that one is about breaking in without experience. This video is for those that already have an IT background and you're looking to move into cybersecurity or pivot to something else. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't watch this video. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you want to go see the other one and then come back, you're more than welcome. Same as this video, I'm going to break this into sections and I'm going to have those timestamps below in order for you to navigate easily. Now, okay, question number 1. This question is from a video that I made that says, think you earn $100,000 for CompTIA Security Plus, think again. And this person is saying, very true, a Security Plus won't get you a 6-figure job, but on the other hand, without it, it can prevent you from getting this figures job too. So he is not wrong. He or she, I'm not sure. Anyways, they're not wrong. Pretty much like Security Plus is like the most famous certification out there, I think. When you search for jobs, you always gonna see Security Plus. Most of them know what Security Plus is. Even if it's not listed, you have Security Plus, somebody from HR is gonna recognize Security Plus. So if you have Security Plus, that doesn't mean that you're gonna get that 6-figure job. Maybe you're thinking you probably need more experience and you also gonna need other certifications or maybe a degree or a combination of both that is actually going to relevate to the employer that you know your stuff and they can pay that amount of money, that 6-figure or that high-paying job, right? But not having Security Plus sometimes can prevent you from that too, right? Because it's just an entry-level certification. So, I mean, he's not entirely wrong. You know, I know some people might not agree with it, but I just think just go ahead and get Security Plus. It will definitely help you out to continue to grow. It will help you out to pivot if you need to pivot to cybersecurity. Maybe you're a hands-on kind of guy. Example, you're a computer repair person and you don't have certifications. You fix computers for a living. You get Security Plus and it can definitely help you to pivot to cybersecurity. So definitely, yeah, they're not wrong, and go pursue Security Plus if you want to pursue Security Plus. Now, next question. So it says, thanks for the video, mate. Could I possibly ask if it's a good idea to take CISSP Plus, and are some of the details overlap? Thanks again. Okay, so this is in reference to a video that I did about Pen Test Plus. So CompTIA Pen Test Plus is the penetration side or the offensive side of cybersecurity. Then CYSA Plus or Cybersecurity Analyst is defensive side of cybersecurity. So CYSA Plus and Pen Test Plus, they do overlap in some of the material. You kind of need to understand how to defend something in order to attack it, if that makes sense. But I think that definitely if you're gonna go for something as Pen Test Plus or CYSA Plus, I recommend taking CYSA Plus first and then Pen Test Plus second. Some of the material do overlap. And another thing that I want to mention on this is that when you are going this cybersecurity route, right? So let's say you start with Security Plus. All these tests kind of build upon each other. You get Security Plus and then, I don't know, you go in and get maybe a certification from a different company or a different vendor like ISC2 CCSP, right? It's another security certification, but it has different material, the Security Plus, but they all build on each other, right? In a way, right? Like it's you're gonna see some of the same material, you're gonna see different angles, right? And then it becomes this path for you to get that offensive and defensive. Now, when you get there, It's a different path. You can just stay offensive if you want, or you can stay defensive if you want, right? So you at that point you can pick which one you want to specialize. And there's other certifications definitely when it comes to offensive and defensive. There are definitely other certifications you can pursue. They're a little more advanced. I think CompTIA gives you segues for those certifications. So yeah, hope that answered that question. Okay, next question. So this person said here, I am torn between the CISSP or CISSP and the CISM. Are you able to guide me in my decision? Okay, so this is from a CompTIA Security Plus and Network Plus video that I did. He's asking about those two. So those are advanced certifications, right? CISSP is very famous, right? A lot of people say, oh, this is the golden ticket, the golden certification. And yeah, I mean, if you have CISSP or CISSP, most likely you're going to make that six-figure job that a lot of people are just looking for. And then CISM is another certification. I think CISM is from ISACA, if I'm not mistaken, and CISSP is from ISC2, and those are great organizations, both of them. I don't own anything from ISACA. I have the certification for SCCP. I am a member of ISC2. Now, I am going to pursue CISSP because it's very famous and it helps you with those high-paying jobs. Recently, I did a video and I did some research for that video in which talks about high-paying jobs. And you can find both in job advertising, right? So it just depends if you're gonna go the GRC route. I think CISM is a little bit better. And so you just say you want to go management and those, you know, maybe CISO or those high paying job or those jobs that are like way up there in the chain. CISSP will probably help you more, but honestly, both can get you that high paying job. It just depends the track that you want to go. So definitely, if you're looking into those advanced certification, you got to prepare yourself and you got to make sure. I know for CISSP, you have to have like 5 years of experience in, I believe, 2 other domains, and somebody has to vouch for you in order for you consider certified. I don't think CISM has those requirements, but I'm not pursuing CISM at this time. I'm pursuing CISSP, and I'm more familiar with CISSP. But you cannot go wrong with any of them. Okay, so that covers certifications, but certs alone, it's not gonna get you that job. The other piece is how you stand out with experience and what is your background. Now, before jumping to standing out in this job market, if you find this helpful, hit like, drop a comment below, because it's definitely gonna help a lot. Thank you. Now, next section, here we go. Okay, this one says, I am finishing up my bachelor's in business with a minor in cybersecurity. I just completed a cybersecurity internship developing an enterprise data access portal and creating a role-based access system. And I was a get started in cybersecurity. I don't have any professional certifications, but I do have a few from cybersecurity programs, projects, and job simulations and trainings. What advice can you give me when starting job search, and how can I separate myself from others with my hands or real life scenarios experience? I thought my internship will open the door, but that is my own tech-focused experience. Please reply, I would appreciate it. So I answered this person, but what I really want to point out here is that he is doing projects already. He is diving into different things that actually is going to set him apart from the rest. So when you have that experience, when you are doing these projects and things like that, go online and look for people that are experts writing resumes. I'm not an expert, but I have hired people before. So definitely, if let's say you have a resume and you want to shoot it my way, I can give you feedback on that resume because I've hired plenty of folks and I know what I'm looking for when I'm actually hiring somebody, and some of the things that you can definitely take advantage of. So I will say that make sure that it's captured well. I think that's the biggest thing that you can do. Now, I want to stop beating that dead horse about capturing well. Also, if you do volunteer for like a nonprofit, I don't know, your local church, or maybe just a youth center, something like that, some place that can definitely set you apart from the rest. Now you're showing that not only you have education, you have experience with projects, you're volunteering to help others. And if I'm the one hiring you, I'm gonna look at those things. I'm gonna see, okay, this person maybe don't have experience actually doing the job, but have done these projects and have volunteered in these places. And to me, that's important, right? And then you have the education, so that can definitely set you apart. So that's the other part that I want to kind of hit on without keep beating the same horse, I guess. But sorry, my bad on that. Okay, next question says, hey, I am into IT software testing background with 3+ years, and I want to switch my career to cybersecurity. Please help me with a roadmap if it's possible to switch with a career gap. Please reply. Okay, so IT and software testing, right? So if you want to start in cybersecurity, I'll go with Security Plus, right? We talk about Security Plus in the last video. We talk a little bit in this video about Security Plus. Security Plus, Security Plus. You're probably sick of listening or hearing about Security Plus, but that's a good way to start, right? You can start with Google Cybersecurity. I don't have a lot of experience on that one, but you can definitely start on that, right? I'm gonna recommend Security Plus. Or you know what, maybe you can go with ISC 2, right? So you don't have to go the CompTIA route. You can do ISC 2, and you can take their CC certification, which is cybersecurity entry-level certification. Then from there you can go to SSCP, which is system security practitioner, or certified practitioner. And you can continue their route, right? Their tests are really challenging and they're good, and it can build you up in that route, right? Again, I think I mentioned it in the other video. You don't have to actually take the certification. You can just study the material, go through the course, do everything you need to do to prepare yourself, and then just continue. You don't have to actually go for the certification. Now, if you want to make sure that you are capturing everything, definitely get a certification, because it's going to say that, you know, it's better to see I am SSCP certified, actually like prep for SSCP or whatever, right? So definitely you can pivot, and I think you can go the ISC square, or it used to be called ISC square, or ISC 2 route, or you can go the CompTIA route. And if you go the CompTIA route, maybe get the A+, but don't get the actual certification. Go get A+ first, let course or whatever, then do Network Plus. You can take Network Plus if you have the money, if you think you want to do that. It will definitely teach you a lot of things. And then Security Plus, right? And then you continue that ladder. And then, like I mentioned before, you can go like CYSA or Pentest. You can go that route too, right? And just kind of building that roadmap. So these companies kind of have this roadmap already ready for you, right? So take advantage of that. And I think that definitely you can do it, right? If you want to pivot, you can do it. It's just a matter of picking a path, picking the route, right? And see if cybersecurity is for you. So that's what I can say about that. Okay, next question. So this one says they are answering to a video that I did. It's called "Why You're Not Getting Hired in Tech and What Skills You Actually Need for Cybersecurity," right? So this person says, what if you have skills and 10 years of experience and still nothing, right? So they're not getting hired, it looks like it, and they have experience. This question it's a little bit hard, because it depends, right? It depends what you really have in your resume, right? This person is saying that they have experience, right? And then they're not getting anything, right? So it depends your education. What do you have for education? What have you experienced? Like, let's say you have 10 years of experience and you're really, really skillful. I know people that they have the skills, but they don't have degrees. They don't have certifications, right? They just somehow they got lucky. They got hired somewhere and they worked for X amount of years, and they got the skills and experience, but they don't have the education, right? So I think that maybe you're missing that part, right? Maybe if you're not working in that company anymore, or you are still working and you want to work somewhere else and get that high paying job, experience alone is not going to do it, right? So it has to be a combination. I know it sucks and it sounds like, oh my God, you need to do all these things, right? But it's just very competitive. The tech industry is very competitive and people are making a load of money, but you need to kind of be a little bit of everything, right? You need to have education and have some certifications. Now, do you have to have all of them? You don't. You can have a little bit, like in this case, she or he has experience and has skills, right? But maybe that's the piece that they're missing, right? Now, I mentioned before, you can get hired without experience, and definitely you can, but you know, sometimes it's a little bit harder. So What I like to tell people is don't leave anything at the table. Like, just get yourself well-rounded. If you get yourself well-rounded and you still can't find a job, I know the job market is hard, and definitely with AI and everything that is coming up, it can be challenging. It might be challenging. Now, I am a firm believer that AI is going to replace some jobs, but not all of them, in cybersecurity and tech, right? But it's definitely going to be a little bit more challenging. So you just have to analyze yourself from the outside and see what are you missing. Again, like I mentioned before, I'm always down to just check your resume, see what's going on, give you some mentorship, some one-on-one. I just want to help you guys out. And some of these questions, sometimes I answer and I get an answer back, but then I try to open it up to see what is your specific situation, right? But sometimes people don't reply back, so I can't really help them out. So definitely there's a way. It's just a matter of checking all those boxes that you need in order to get there. These are the challenges that real people are facing, whether you're starting fresh in cyber, switching from another IT, or just struggling to land the next opportunity. Now, but the good news is that there's always a way forward, but you need to approach it strategically. Like I was saying, you got to make sure that you're checking those boxes. Now, that's what I do here. I'll try to teach you, guide you how to grow, how to pivot. I'm trying to get better in tech. I've helped a lot of people in their careers to progress, to land jobs, to get certifications, and much more. We just hit 1,000 subs, and I'm so grateful, guys. This community is growing really, really fast, and I want you to be part of this. So hit subscribe, check some of the other videos out. It will definitely help to grow this channel and help me to bring more information to you and help more people out. Also, stay tuned for that Tech 101 course that is coming here soon. I am still working on it. I am so sorry that I haven't been able to finish it and put it out there. Just been very, very busy, but definitely it is coming out. Now, transitioning to cybersecurity or leveling up takes more than just stacking certs. It's about just aligning your skills with what the market is really asking, showing proof of your work through projects, volunteer work, things like that, and being strategic with your next move, right? Documentation, documentation, documentation. Now, once more, if you missed part 1 of this, I'm going to link it below. That one covers the questions about how to break into IT from scratch. And if you want even more help trying to figure out what IT path fits you, check out my Tech Type Framework videos. They already help a lot of people decide what track and where do they fit in order to pivot or start in tech. Now, remember, drop your questions in the comments below for a chance to be featured in the next Q&A series. And don't forget, go check some other videos out, subscribe, like, and stay tuned for future videos. See you in the next one. JR out.